5 things you know about marketing this week. My name is Roger Gallegos. I am the founder and CEO of Beacon Marketing. This week I'm starting a new series that I'm calling the Versus series. In this series, I'm going to be breaking down some key decisions that every business owner must make with respect to their marketing efforts. These decisions include whether or not to pay for advertising or stick with organic methods, traditional versus digital marketing, or whether or not to hire outside help. These are important decisions because they affect your budget, they affect how much time you put into marketing, and in the long run, they affect whether or not you could be successful with the investment that you make into promoting yourself and your business. To kick off the series, I will be actually looking at something that's very important, and that's marketing channels. I'm going to take a big, broad view of marketing channels. So I'm looking at website, social media, and email marketing. I'm going to look at this. If you had to start with just one, which would be the best jumping off point? This is an important decision because if you're like most small and medium-sized business owners, you have little time to devote to marketing your business every week. So you want to make sure that whatever you put into promoting your business, you're getting maximize your time and the effort and the energy that you put into that. So that's what we're going to be looking at. We're going to look at each of the 3 big broad channels and try to determine, based on your situation, what would be the best jumping off point. So we'll be looking at the pros and cons of each and what might work best for you, so you could have better understand how to evaluate it. So we're going to jump right into it by looking at your website. The website, what makes a website a good jumping off point is the fact that it gives your it gives you a basic identity when it comes to digital marketing. People have a center place that they could go to and you own it. Whereas if you're on social media, that's like that's the platform's home for you. So Facebook, if they change the rules, you're kind of SOL. Or if you go to LinkedIn, that's still their platform. Your website is, you own that. So it gives you your basic presence that you own, and you can define it your way. You could customize it. So that's a really good thing about starting off with a website, is you identify a presence and you can customize it your way. I guess the downside to having a website is that you have to stay on top of it. You have to constantly update it. So if you sell products on it, even digital ones, you want to make sure you go and you're consistently updating the descriptions, updating pricing. If you do any like holiday promotions, you want to make sure you update that stuff, because nothing looks worse when it's springtime and you still have stuff up from December for the holiday season. So you know the bad thing about the website is it could quickly get out of date. So if you don't stay on top of it, it could represent poorly on your business. So good thing is it gives you an identity. Bad thing is you have to stay on top of it. You have to make sure you frequently look at it to make sure that you're staying in tune with it. So that could be something where it's a drawback. So that's a website. Next, let's look at email marketing. Now, what I like about email marketing is it gives you a way to constantly stay in touch with your audience. Per research, the average person, it takes 8 to 12 touches, so contacts with them, for them to make a decision whether or not to purchase something. So email is a great way to automatically get a lot of those touches out of the way, because if you get someone into your funnel and you start sending emails on an auto drip, then you're not even thinking about those. You don't even have to manually do it. Those things are automatically sent, so you get a lot of those touches out of the way. So when it comes to making a purchase, they're already prepped. You've done a lot of the work without even thinking about it. So that's a good thing with email. The bad thing is it just takes time to build a list. Emails, the best way to do email is to have a large list, because then you're staying in contact with everybody, and it just, after a while, the numbers just work in your favor, because the more people you have on your email list, that means the more people who are potentially interested. So you're going to just have a larger pool of people, provided that you keep those people on your list and you're sending out good content. Eventually you're going to get someone, or you're going to get a group of people who are interested. So it just takes a while to build that list. So if you're just starting out, that might be a drawback, unless you have a huge stack of business cards that you could start devoting to transforming those into your digital marketing list. Next, let's look at social media. The thing that it's really good about social media is the point of social media is to allow you to have a deeper connection with your audience. So you could use Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn to really develop that connection, get to know your audience, be available, have conversations in real time. So that's really a good aspect of that. The bad thing about social media, and I'll kind of break this up into two parts. First is you really have to be available in the moment. So whether you have to either be ready yourself or use some sort of chat bot or something, because if someone asks you a question and you're not there, they're not going to just wait. They're going to go on to the next one, and you might get some bad reputation if they say, oh, I went to their Facebook and they never answered me. The other thing is tone can sometimes be misunderstood. We kind of see this a lot where a business will put something out there and it'll get interpreted wrong or taken wrong, and that business has to walk it back or apologize because the tone was mistaken for something else. So it could be really easy for something to be misconstrued. So even though you could develop that deeper connection with your audience, you could also mistakenly offend someone or trip up and send out the wrong thing without thinking about it. So you just have to be very careful with how you deliver that messaging. So of the three, so before I give you my conclusion, I just kind of want to break down some things that you want to consider before you make the ultimate decision, because there's, you want to really look at where are you at in your business development and what are you trying to accomplish. And this is why developing a strategy is so important. So you need to look at what do you want to try to accomplish, like what are your goals for marketing. Are you just trying to establish your brand? If so, then maybe social media might be it. Are you really trying to build an audience and to make some sales? Maybe you set up a landing page to collect emails and you work on sending emails out, something like that. So you really want to develop your goal and understand what your goals are, where are you in your business, and where do you want to be, in 3 months, in 6 months, in 12 months. That will help you understand the steps that you have to take, particularly when you look at what do each of these marketing channels get me in the long run. So, in conclusion, what would be the best one? If I had to tell you, and I'm going to cheat here a little bit, and I'm going to say, if you would start off with, first off, establish your online home. Create a website, even if it's just a simple landing page that outlines what you do and who you want, how they can contact you, with the way to collect email addresses. Then start building your list, choose an email marketing platform, and start collecting email addresses, segmenting them into groups of people, and start with an auto drip campaign. And then pick one, maybe two social media platforms where you feel your audience is going to be at, and start interacting. And maybe what you do is you set aside 2 to 4 hours each week, and you just work on each one simultaneously a little bit. Creating a landing page should not take much more than an afternoon to set that up. Your email marketing, do some research. There's some great platforms out there. Pick the right platform, start setting that up. You could do both those things, the website, the email marketing platform, within an afternoon or two, and then the next week you could start building out a plan for social media, and you can start working that out. So that would be the order if you're just starting out, or if you're looking to jumpstart your efforts. Start doing those, because those will help you take advantage of the little time that you have. So that's it for me today. Let me know what you guys think about this. Let me know where you are at with your marketing journey, and what channels you started with, and where you're struggling with it. If there's anything that I can do to help. As always, please like, share, comment, all that. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. I always appreciate it. I do. In the description below, I'll put a link to this week's blog that goes with this. I kind of go in more detail on these options. I will also put a link to schedule a free 30-minute discovery session where I help you understand where you're at with your marketing efforts and how I might be able to help you propel them forward. And then lastly, if you are not part of my email marketing list, please get on it. I'll put a link in there for you to sign up on it. It's a great list. I do send out some good information. So that's it for me today. Once again, this has been the Beacon 5 Things You Know About Marketing. My name is Roger Gallegos, founder and CEO of Beacon Marketing. I'll be back next week.